everyone, and welcome to the the Burning Flame podcast. Today's podcast, guys, we're gonna be explaining how the podcast is gonna go. I've done multiple podcasts in the past. This one I'm gonna try to keep with it because I'm gonna be allowing my clan members to join in on sessions, and they are allowed to post this on their own channel themselves as well. And let's get started. So, basically, in this podcast, we're just going to be covering news. We're going to be covering gaming news, a bunch of stuff. If we find a cool story, we'll cover it. Otherwise, guys, we're going to be looking at some gaming news today. So, there are rumors, and I've heard this, there are rumors that Call of Duty, with Microsoft, getting Call of Duty and, getting it from Activision. I hear that they might be going and getting it. Bringing it to the Steam. Not Steam. Nintendo's systems. And what doesn't make sense is why would why is it that they would do this? Yeah, it would bring in more money to them, but also, what is the reason for it? Like, uh, it's good. More people will be able to play, but I don't think it would work that good. I don't think it would work that good because of how uh Nintendo's thing is going on. But meh, I don't know. I don't see Nintendo like Nintendo would take the deal, yes, but I don't think it would fit on Nintendo consoles. I don't think it would, due to the fact that there's really not, I don't think that there is, a good, chance that they'd be able to do it, because the Nintendo consoles at the moment are not big enough / suited enough for being able to do Call of Duty on a wide stream, but hey, what do I know? If you guys have any thoughts on this, please put it in the comments below on the YouTube video if you guys are watching this on YouTube, or inside the stream, either one. There's also a rumor that Call of Duty 2024 might release to previous generation consoles. Now, the problem with that I see currently is if they were to do that, there would be major issues due to the fact that the game probably wouldn't be as high of quality, but it would be good for performance-wise. It would help new players like myself be able to get it, even though I'll be off in the military. I won't be able to do it as much, but man, that's fine. That's cool, but I don't know. I don't think it would fit that much, and it's due to the fact that there's not really a look at, what was it, Cold War? No, wait, Black Ops 4 was one of them. Modern Warfare 2019, I think, released for Xbox and for the new ones, the X series, I think. I'd have to check that out, but those games, they didn't get to fully reach their potential because of all that, which, hey, I don't see a problem with it because it'd help people like me, but meh, what do I know? But yeah, so here's more information on the the deal with the PlayStation, Xbox, and Activision Blizzard. So the PlayStation exclusively deal for Call of Duty series between Sony and Activision is almost over. This could help explain why Sony is trying to desperately to block the acquisition deal between Microsoft and Activision, although there could be alternative venues to still have Call of Duty on PlayStation. Sony might not be ready to give up their reign over the franchise, which, being a high company as well, I don't think they would as well. I wouldn't myself, if I was on PlayStation, I wouldn't want to give it up either. But hey, maybe it's time that PlayStation stops holding their reins, because it did mess over a bunch of people, and even I agreed with this, that there was problems with PlayStation exclusivity, which I hated. I didn't like, because it just got annoying. It just got annoying. Uh, how am I? Alrighty. So next in the news. I'm trying to look at something. Ray Traced Half-Life mod is finally here and looks incredible. Hey, they finally have a ray tracing mod for Half-Life. That is actually pretty good. That's good. That's good to hear, because I would bring more beautiful stuff that are coming on. That'd be amazing. So now we're gonna be looking at the 2023 games release schedule. We're gonna be looking at how it's gonna go here. So, and we're gonna be covering like the biggest ones. One Piece Odyssey. Actually, no, all these already came out. Wait. Yeah, so a bunch of those already came out. Forspoken was a good game. I did watch gameplay of it. It was very beautiful. I loved it so much. Um, Lightfall. So the Destiny 2 Lightfall is going to be coming out February 28th, which that's good. Kerbal Space Program 2 is going to be out tomorrow. Same with Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. At least I'm looking at GameSpot. I'm looking at GameSpot for some of these, because you never know. Some of these might not be true. For March, we have, for the big titles, Caverns of Mars Recharged. That would be a good one. It's coming out for PS5, PS4, Xbox S Series, and the Xbox One, which I don't. That actually looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Bayonetta Origins, Saraza, and the Lost Demon. That does look good. Resident Evil 4 Remake is coming out March 24th for the PS5, the the Xbox Series, and PC. Last of Us is coming to PC March 28th. Forza Horizon 5 Rally Adventure DLC is going to be coming out. So for anyone who likes, Forza 5, there's going to be more gameplay for you guys, more content. Creed Rise of Glory Championship Edition. That actually is going to be a good game, especially since, Creed 3 is coming out. What was it? The 24th, I think? I can't remember. Hogwarts Legacy is finally going to be coming out. Besides, the early streamers and the early people playing it. I don't know who all gets to play it at the moment, but hey. Minecraft Legends is also featured to try to come out April 18th. That does sound good, but I don't know. I want to try to get the game. Looking at how much money I have currently, I don't think I will be able to get the game, but looking at the game, it looked good and also didn't at the same time, so I don't know. I'd have to maybe check it out. Other than that, I don't really think I'd get Minecraft Legends, because, we're gonna also be seeing, Dead Island 2 April 21st. That is gonna be a good one. I am stoked to see gameplay of that, because I am watching a Let's Play of the first Dead Island, at first, because, why not? I rather see it, I rather see the first one gameplay fully over again before I watch the second one. Because I'm going to watch somebody play the second one, which is going to be good, and I'm going to like it. We also are going to see Star Wars Jedi Survivor April 28th. That game, I have it on my to buy list on Epic Games, I think is what I have on. Maybe Steam, I can't remember. But I'm going to like it. I'm going to enjoy it myself. Then we're going to see The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I know a lot of people are gonna be stoked for that. I know a buddy of mine, or at least he used to be my buddy. He most likely is gonna get it for his YouTube channel because, you know, it looks like a good game. I'd be stoked to watch it. Um, we also are seeing Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. That one, I don't know how I felt about that game. Like, I don't know if I would ever get it. I know I'd maybe watch gameplay of it. I don't think I'd get it though. Um, we also are gonna see in June, Street Fighter 6 coming out June 2nd, which is gonna be beautiful. That game's gonna be good, most likely. Diablo, I think, what is that? 4? Yeah, Diablo 4, which is gonna be a good one that we're gonna be able to see June 6th. June 22nd, we'll see Final Fantasy, um, 16. I think, yeah, 16. Sorry, I'm not good with Roman numerals. We're also going to see, coming in July 25th, Hogwarts Legacy coming to Switch. Pikmin 4, July 21st on the Switch. And Disney Illusion Land, the 28th. We might see other game, like, those are like the main 3 big ones that we're going to be seeing. We have no release, dates for, like, no popular ones for September, October. But we are going to be going into, some of the to be announced ones. So one of the biggest ones that a lot of people might actually see is Arc 2. Arc 2. I have the first Arc. I just have not played it. I need to get into it. I need to play it. I don't think I'm going to be able to play it anytime soon though. We're going to be seeing Assassin's Creed Mirage. I am so ready for that game. I want to get that game. I want to play it. But I also need to continue my gameplay of all my other Assassin's Creeds. I'm still on the first one. Because I did not beat any of them. I have seen like tidbits and story lore for them, but I've not seen the full-on, like, actual, like, I've not played the actual, like, full-on gameplay. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. I know a lot of people liked Avatar 2, that movie, and Avatar 1, so that is going to be a good one that a lot of people are going to want to see and are going to want to play. That's going to be a good one. We also are going to be seeing Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. I'm still waiting for that try to come out so I can, play that on my mobile phone because it'd be nice to play. It'd be nice to play. Blazing Strike. I know that's a good game that some people have said that they're waiting for, that they want to get, but I've not seen a lot of it. But, meh. We're also going to be seeing Crossfire Sierra Squad. That's a good game that I saw some people in my ranks of friends that like said, yeah, I'm gonna get it, but meh. I don't know. It's on a thing. We're gonna see Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I know a lot of people are gonna love to see that. That's gonna be a good game for sure. Forza Motorsport. People are also gonna like that game. Ooh, here's 2 games that I actually have not seen any details of, but I think I'm gonna like him. Are Ghostbusters Rise of the Ghost Lord. That's a VR exclusive one as well. That's gonna be a good game. I would love to see those games. Those games would be good. Then we have Ghost Runner 2. Ghost Runner 2 would be a good game to play. I know a lot of people have played the first one, and meh. I've not played the first one. I've seen like speedruns. I've not seen like full on gameplay of it. We also have, let's see, Hello Neighbor Search and Rescue. I'm gonna have to look at that one because, like, I'm gonna have to look at that one thoroughly even more because I've not seen any gameplay of the other, like, of the newest, like, Hello Neighbors. But hey, that looks like a game that I'd watch. We also have Hollow Knight Silk Song. I know people are gonna love that one because Hollow Knight is already a good game. No, it's not really. We're not doing a list of games. We're just like looking at games that are gonna be getting released that I've seen that are like popular stuff. Otherwise, we After this, I'm gonna take a 5-minute break to go do something, and then we're gonna go into and do some gaming news, and also some real world news, because there is some big stuff that I want to cover for the big world news. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game. That game, that'd make a good game. I also want to see Marvel's Midnight Suns. I still need to watch gameplay of that. I still need to watch gameplay of that. Other than that, I'm not seeing any other. Payday 3, actually. Payday 3 is another game that I want to see. I want to see stuff for, because that would be like a good game that I want to play. I want to get, because I already have Payday 2. I have most of the DLCs. I've played some of them. I've not played all of them. I don't know the full story of Payday. I really need to actually look into watching it, though. For people who like SpongeBob, there's gonna be SpongeBob SquarePants: The Cosmic Shake, which is gonna be coming for the older generations. More so, it's just just a regular podcast. It's just a podcast. We're just gonna be talking about stuff. Just looking at news, looking at gaming news, talking about stuff, upcoming events. Basically what any other podcast would, just like talk about random stuff. The Wolf Among Us 2, that's actually a good game that I would actually play. That'd be a fun one. And then we have a lot of Warhammer games that are gonna be coming out, to be determined. No, these games haven't released yet. These games have not released yet, but I'm not gonna play them either, because I currently don't have the money or the PC to do so. But on our clan, I'm the leader of a clan, so like I own a clan of people at the moment called the Flamebird Gamers. I might get one of the members to try to watch, or I mean not watch, but play some of these games maybe in the future whenever they come out. But me, I cannot really do so. Maybe sometime late in the future, like maybe next year, I could play these games, but it's still highly unlikely due to me going into the military. Otherwise, I'm gonna take a 5-minute break to go do some stuff, and we will be back. Okay, and we are back. So, while I was taking the break to do some stuff, I was looking up articles that we could also discuss even more. Let's see here. We're gonna be looking at, the Activision Blizzard, thing with, like, with Microsoft, like, getting them. So, will the FTC block Microsoft from acquiring Activision Blizzard? Legal experts are divided. I don't I don't think that Microsoft should have any problem. I don't think anyone should try to stop Microsoft from buying Activision Blizzard, because currently, in the state that Activision is in, with how their company is, I don't think they're in the right space to still be their own company. I think Microsoft buying Activision would be a good thing. Would be a good thing for Call of Duty, for what is it, Diablo that they have. I can actually pull up some of the because I have Battle.net, so I can look at some of the franchises that they own. Especially since I'm a Call of Duty nerd, I think it would be very good for Call of Duty for Microsoft to buy Activision. It could also help with like Overwatch and all that. But the Diablo series would be helpful. StarCraft, we could see more StarCraft out of Microsoft acquiring Activision. True, before 2015, Activision was so good. Now it's just they can't get their stuff, like they can't get their shit together basically. They can't do it. And they failed. The games that they put out are still like not bad, but they're not good either. They most definitely Microsoft would whip them into shape by doing it, but I don't like a bunch of people are trying to stop the merger from happening, but I don't think, because have been arguments, tweets, and interviews and quotes from executives and plenty of internet chatter about what's happening and why. From the outside looking in, it can be tough to sift through what's important and what's not, and whoever's speaking from a position of expertise and who's just guessing at the outcome. Regardless, this deal has the potential to impact gamers more than any other merger to date, so it's important to be informed on how and why governments look at this stuff, how unprecedented this is exactly, and why, and what the beyond outcomes might actually be beyond will they or won't they. Blizzard have a good catch at people power. Cinematic over games. True, they look into too much of cinematic. At this point, if they wanted to, and even I would agree with this, at this point, Activision would be better at making movies, because their cinematics usually are way better. Their cinematics are usually way better than the games. At least from recently. Especially with, an example would be Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4, the cinematics were pretty beautiful. The game itself, it was horrible. It was horrible. I still like the game myself, but it's still horrible. But one thing that I would actually love to see with Activision getting merged with Microsoft is more so. Why? I don't know, man. They don't think, in my opinion, Activision, they don't think from a marketing standpoint that much, which, hey, that's on them. They're the ones failing on it, but heh. But most definitely, one big thing that could come out of Activision merging with Microsoft is most definitely the fact that Microsoft have been working with Nintendo to make a deal to where they might allow Nintendo to get some of the games for Call of Duty, like some of the maybe the older ones, because I don't think the newer ones would fit at all. I don't think the new games would fit at all with Nintendo's products. Maybe at some point in the future they could, but meh. We'll just have to wait and see on that. Um, PlayStation State of Play: how to watch and what to expect later today. I guess we'll look at that article next. Um, I feel like the PlayStation has a monopoly on trying to give out, like, basically their Game Pass is a monopoly at this point. It's not even good. Um, but Sony has announced State of Play broadcast, and so the State of Play broadcast for PlayStation uh, is a guide to provide you with everything you need to know to watch. Is basically going to be showing off upcoming PlayStation 5 and PlayStation VR 2 games. I might have to watch that because I did like the State of Play a few years ago. I don't know how this year's will come on, but hey, maybe we'll see some good PlayStation games. I'm hoping at least because I would love to see some good gameplay from a YouTube channel that I watch, and from other channels that I would like to watch because I can't really play games as much. I want to. I don't want to agree or disagree with that because yes, there has been very good anime games, but there's also been other just like various random other games that have been good with PlayStation. PlayStation just they're going more into the anime side lately, and I don't see a problem with it, but it's more so they're kind of going a bit goofy in my opinion, somewhat. But hey, every game company has their downfall from time to time. Um, I would love to see, because I haven't watched gameplay of the eighth Resident Evil. I still need to watch it. I've watched a few speedruns, but I never got the full story. But the DLC, I heard it's going to be very good. I would love to actually watch some gameplay of it because the gameplay would actually be fun and nice to watch. As for the um Last of Us show, the Last of Us show, I have not seen it, but I needed to watch one of the episodes. I still haven't watched the episode yet, but I want to look at it, check it out, and see what it's like. I don't, from my perspective, looking in without watching it yet, I don't think it's gonna be that good. Already a good anime style games have already a good attraction by this design. The only things that have to work is the gameplay and a bit of the story. True. Yes, most definitely. Anime games nowadays have usually good style and good design and gameplay and story. They've like those four have already been good. Like anime games lately have been better than most of random games that come out. Like Company of Heroes 3 would be like an example that's coming out. I've seen more better anime games than actual games that are trying to be like more realistic. But I guess it's because with anime games they're allowed to get not so not realistic, but I wanted to say goofy, but not goofy is how I like say it. Like basically it's like they can make a good game, but they don't have to make it full on realistic to where they can basically make the story go wherever they want with it, which is and uh fun and creative in my personal view of it. Um Honestly, I think Destiny 2 is a terrible game. Like independent games over AAA games. Yes, independent games have been way better than any AAA title. Like
there's been a few games that have come out that have just wiped the floor with AAA games, and AAA games are just not like fitting the like overall hype anymore. It's not fitting the hype. Almost every AAA game that's come out recently has just flopped. Or like they were popular for the first few months that it came out, and then it just flopped. They're not getting better, but Unreal Engine 5, once that fully gets put into work and people actually start making games with Unreal Engine 5, I feel like we're going to see a revolution in games for years and years to come, to where people are just going to break the limits or like reach the limits and try to use Unreal Engine 5 to its full maximum. I've seen some visuals from Unreal Engine 5, and from what I've seen, it looks like it's real life, and it's so surprising to me. Like, it looks so realistic. It looks way better than like ray tracing, in my opinion. And I would be so much down for seeing games in Unreal Engine 5, but we'll just have to wait and see since it's not fully out yet. Sooner or later it will come out, and hey, we might see some badass games. Um so as of the latest, of 2 days ago, February 21st, Microsoft has signed a binding 10-year legal agreement with Nintendo to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo players, presuming the company's colossal $69 billion acquisition of Activision is approved, because they're still waiting for approval. At this point, they should, because it'll look better in Microsoft's hands. Uh, since the acquisition announcement last year, Microsoft has been attempting to prove to government agencies like the U.S. Federal Trade Commission that this acquisition does not fall into any monopolistic activity and would not harm competitors like PlayStation. Um, but one of the biggest takes out of it is uh, Microsoft and Nintendo have negotiated and signed a binding 10-year legal agreement to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo players the same day as Xbox, with full feature and content parity, so that they can experience the Call of Duty just as Xbox and PlayStation gamers enjoy Call of Duty. We are committed to provide long-term equal access to Call of Duty to other gaming platforms, bringing more choice to more players and more competition to the gaming market. Which, in my opinion, uh, competition in the gaming market is actually a good thing. And the reason why it's a good thing is because the more competition there is for new AAA titles coming out for certain platforms, it really shows how the developers have to step up their game like so much just to show, hey, this game is beautiful. It's not gonna flop. It's gonna be good. Because when there's when there's competition in getting people to buy your game, the games are usually higher quality, and that is due to the fact that if you're fighting for marketing and you're fighting for people to come over, buy your game system, buy your games, you're gonna have to do a very good job just to convince people. But when there's no competition, then what's the reason to make a high quality game? There's no. Like, you could just make a normal plain schmain game. No, like, you don't have to go above and beyond for the game. Like, you can make it good. You can make a good campaign. Some multiplayer aspects to it, and boom, you got a game. There's no competitors. People buy it, and then people hate it because it's like, well, they hate it, but they enjoy the game, and it's more so because they're looking at it and they're thinking, hey, what's the reason that I have to what's the reason why I would have to do above and beyond for a game when like in making a game when I could just make the game plain. People are gonna buy it either way, and I just reap the money. But that's the problem with games nowadays is the developers don't have don't have passion. Like at least most developers that I've seen, they don't have passion anymore for making video games. And it's kind of sad because if I was a video game developer, because at one point I wanted to become a video game developer, but it flopped. My stuff flopped because of school. How I look at it is if I was a gaming developer, I would want to slow down, make sure that I have everything right, make sure there's no bugs, so I can release a game that's 100% complete, that I can also make DLCs for. But also, with game developers, they have to think. They have to make a game that they're going to enjoy. Like me, if I made a game, I would take my time. I would be taking at least 5 years just to make a single game. Just to make a single game. And what I can do is I take 5 years to make the game, maybe even longer depending on how much bugs, how finished it is, and then I'd release it. And then what I would do is I'd wait, a month after it's been released. Then I'd go on to a YouTube channel and I would do a full gameplay walkthrough of the game. Maybe spoil a few Easter eggs here and there. But it's the fact that video game designers, they don't think like this. They don't think like this anymore. Their brains are like basically what's the word I'm looking for here? They're not their brains don't enjoy doing it anymore, and it's sad because it'd be better if we could see more of the developers actually enjoy the game after it's done, so that at that point, because as long as a developer makes a game and then they go to play it afterwards instead of, I make a game and I'm not even gonna play it, then what's the reason of developing the game? At that point, you're doing it for the money. You're not doing it for the enjoyment. And at that point, if you know you're gonna make a game that other people are gonna enjoy, then you have to look at that. If you're gonna make a game that people are going to enjoy, so that you can go ahead and continue filling the light, filling the joy for other people, so that you'll get more sales that way. Especially if you show yourself playing the game, and then it'll make other people be like, "Hey, I want to play that game as well." But developers, they don't think like that anymore, and it's quite honestly sad. I wish they would think like that some more, but hey, what am I? Just some plain Joe Schmo. Alrighty, we're gonna be diving into some real world news, to basically end off the podcast here today. So one big thing that I want to bring to light is World War III was basically trending on Twitter the other day. And it didn't shock me, but it kind of made me realize, hey, we're getting closer and closer to possibly World War III. If World War III does come, which at this point it might be inevitable that it comes soon, if World War III comes, I don't know how likely it is, but if World War III comes, since I am an enlisted person in the U.S. Navy, I don't think I'd be able to stream anymore. I don't think I'd be able to do YouTube videos anymore, and it's due to the fact that if we go to war, I might get shipped off to boot camp right away. Which I know this is the risk I'm taking for it, but I just want to let everyone know that if we do go to World War III, the channel is not going to get any uploads for a while, and it's more so because I would have to give one of my friends access to my emails, and even then I don't know if they'd be able to stream all the time for me, which I know streams have been slower lately, and it's more so due to the fact that I've just been busy doing stuff. I've been busy studying for school, studying for the military, and all that. Alrighty, so here's one big news that I like. This is more of a controversial one, and I'm sorry for that. Controversial warning, straight up, right now. Uh, R. Kelly sentenced to an additional 20 years in prison on child SCX crimes, which rightfully so. He deserves it. He was as I say in my community, a kid diddler. It was bad. So climate activists, Democrats dropped more than 1.4 million on private jets during midterms. That's kind of weird. So when Biden went over yesterday, not yesterday, what day was it? To Ukraine. He did some things which I'm proud of, I'm happy of, but he also meddled in some terms that were not good in my opinion, to where it did kind of piss off Putin. So, but you know, there is also rumors of China giving some China is going to be maybe negotiating peace with with Ukraine, to where China will no longer help Putin. And there's also news where Putin's guards, like his guards, his own personal generals, they're all starting to fight him. They're starting to get mad at him. And hey, I don't blame them. I don't blame them, because at this point Putin is just a tyrant, and it's just getting out of hand. I don't think that this should be I don't think that Putin should continue in the war. And at this point, he's kind of an idiot, so to speak. Let's see here. Some news, and these are just gonna be fast news for you guys. News in Arizona: Arizona teacher apparently believes her having a master's degree should overrule any input parents have into what their kids are taught. That is okay. That is just completely stupid. If I'm the parent of a child, I want to have input over my child on what they learn. I don't think that they should make us do I don't think a teacher can be like, oh yeah, no, I don't care, I get input over you. No, I'm the parent, I made the child, you know. But I don't know, maybe I'm stupid. Let's see here. Let me see. Children suffering. Okay, not that one. Here's some more gaming news. If you guys have Plutonium, which is basically a server browser based game server, it adds server browsers back to certain games like Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 3, and World at War. I have played it. I have played Plutonium on the channel. I've played the Black Ops 2 and stuff. And there has been an update for it. Update R3408 has been pushed. So basically, it won't. So they've aimed to address a couple of critical items causing negative player experiences. Uh, and they won't, which means we won't listen. So there's been problems with KBAM aim assist abusers, uh, which is which they're complaining that they're not gaining an advantage, which is true. If you are using aim assist, sure, that's fine, but you're using it on a PC. You're trying to use aim assist on a PC, and you're complaining that you're not allowed to abuse it to basically gain an advantage. That's kind of stupid. Like, you have aim assist, just like, and I'm sorry this may come out as rude, but just be be better at controller. Sorry, like I don't know if you're having problems with aim assist. Don't play up against PC for one. Two, if you're playing on PC and you're looking for a like if you're looking for problems with like, oh yeah, I'm on PC, I have my controller. Uh like if you're having problems with controller on PC and you're using aim assist, that could be the problem. You're that's could be a problem is that the fact that if you're playing up against PC and you're using a controller on a PC game, then maybe you should get better at I don't know, playing with controller, or just don't use controller at all. Which, yeah, I know it sounds rude, but hey man, gamers got a game and it's just facts. So let's see. California Democrats move to ban uses of police canines, citing racism. Okay, I'm not gonna get into that, but at that point, you should not ban uses of police canines. Police canines can be helpful with certain stuff like BOMB. Like if there's a BOMB threat, you can look for it. You can try to, you know, you can have the dog to look for it, like trained dogs. It's better that way. Uh, I'm trying to find news on Biden going over to. Where is it? On Biden going over, but it's very hard to find it. Let's see here. Let's see here. Oh, supposedly that visit to Ukraine was actually a secret one, which really wasn't supposed to be a thing. Like it was a secret one, which hey, I guess. Um, Other than that, I really don't have any other news to share. And that is all. Like, I don't really have any other news to share besides if you live in my local area, which is the Midwestern states. I mean, not Midwestern. Is it yeah. Just the Midwestern area, so like Iowa, Missouri, Michigan, Wisconsin, and like Illinois and stuff. Yeah, so there's been things that have happened with a store called Hy-Vee, which are making people upset. Me included. Is we're getting our hours cut, so a lot of us can't work a bunch of hours. I usually work 3 to 4 days a week. I am now down to working only 1 day a week now, due to hour cuts. And also another thing that's being a problem is we lost our discount, which, in my opinion, if you work somewhere, you deserve a discount on products at the place you work. Except for, I guess there's like certain things that you shouldn't get a discount on, which is more so. An example is if you go to if you work at a, I'm trying to think for. If you work for the city, you shouldn't get a discount on certain city items, because at that point that'd just be too much discounts for it. But most places you should get like some benefits for. Like you should get some benefits for working anywhere. And I honestly think if you work somewhere, there should be benefits included besides pay. Yes, do I sound stupid on this? Yes, sorta. But if you're getting paid, there's got to be at least some other like thing that will keep you going to the job. Because half the time the pay ain't good, but you could be getting another incentive to keep on working there. And if you're just getting going there to get paid, that's fine. That's fine. But there should be more than one incentive to work someplace. Other than that, that is going to be it for today's podcast. So the podcast, how we're gonna be doing the podcast is I'm gonna be doing it either every other day or every few days or every day, depending on how motivated I am to do the podcast, who's all available. But this is gonna be the end of the podcast of episode 1. Everything that goes on the podcast, the podcast, everything that goes on the Twitch will be uploaded to YouTube right after. And if you guys enjoyed the podcast, go ahead, follow if you'd like. You don't have to, because I don't care if you follow or not. I just do this as a hobby anyway. But we also are gonna be doing another stream later when more of my clan members get on. We're gonna be doing some Valorant or a different game, either Valorant, Paladins, or we could be doing another Black Ops 2 stream. Other than that, I guess that's going to be it for this live stream. We may be back later, and I hope to see you guys next time on Marshplace 29. Keep it real, everyone.